ground pound. It's quite a risk. But there's lots of elements there, really. I could go on forever, but either way, long story short, don't pick Crystalline against Sector, basically. You guys all AFK'd? You are indeed. And then basically, once we're here, we're good to go.
Nice one.
You know what I love? Every time a Russian player is in the tournament and they're about to play on stream, the chat fills up with people that are talking Russian. Where clearly
that is not exclusive to online tournaments. Anytime a Russian player is playing casuals on someone's stream online, the chat is just...
I like it though, because
everyone's
cheering on their boys. You know what I mean? I like it. I respect it a lot.
Well, that's what I tell myself they're doing. I can't read it, so I don't know what they're saying.
I can only assume. I can only imagine. I can hope so. Right. We have our second semi-final up. It's going to be Mr. Kyznecov. Apologies if I've butchered your name, my friend. Versus Walnut Jr.
It's Kyznecov. Is Kyznecov or Kyznecov?
Is it? What?
Mr. Kyznecov. Let's just say Mr. Kyznecov, just because that's what it sounds like. And I apologize to anyone watching if I've got that wrong. But I'm going to say Mr. Kyznecov. If I'm wrong, I do apologize. But that's what we're going to work with.
So, Glue, you said this was originally going to be Shaolin. Does play Shaolin. We almost saw Cassie Cage. Have you seen Walnut use Cassie before?
I've definitely played against this guy before, but I do know definitely play Shaolin. I've never seen him play Cassie, but I think he has a decent understanding of the game. His fundamentals are quite good. So I think if he plays Cassie, I think the skills are going to be pretty transferable. So.
Yeah, I agree entirely. Johnny Cage versus Kung Jin. Seen this matchup a lot with Season 3 having, Sacron, and that was almost a really smart, showing an immediate understanding of what makes Kung Jin tick, whiffing the jump in to bait Kyznecov into pressing a button, and then, cancelling on with that meter burn dive kick. Very dangerous tool that Kung Jin gets access to.
Oh, goes in for the up arrow. I think he was convinced that was going to hit for a combo, but does block. Doesn't get punished, though, so Kyznekov's not quite ready to punish it. I like the stagger game from Walnut already, though. He's really enforcing that.
Now, we've seen some really interesting elements almost already. Walnut has gone for 2 armored reversals in the entire round. We've seen the whiff dive kick. We've seen staggers, almost just throwing everything out there. And he's not being reserved. Speaking of being reserved, though, definitely not with Mr. Kyznecov going in there, pressuring with A-list and catching him with the neutral jump punch, the Kung Jin special.
Oh, that jump in was everything he needed. Guaranteed chip damage for sure. Walnut doesn't block, doesn't give him that free hit. Nice stuff. That jump was really good, though, from Kyznecov. Because normally that's death range, but he just read the chat room.
Quite an all-or-nothing jump. I mean, if that got anti-air, the round was over. It was either you anti-air me or I win the round, basically. Putting himself in the corner. I was about to say, yeah, putting himself in the corner. Not sure, but he's out already, so no harm done, I suppose.
I do like the patience, though, from Walnut. You can tell he's really trying to abuse the range he has on his normals with the staff. He's trying to put himself in a situation that he's baiting Kyznecov into doing the down 4. He wants to make it worth. He wants to get the punish in, but Kyznecov is just sitting there right now. But the pressure is on, and Walnut gets another throw.
There's quite good knowledge of this matchup too. Walnut doing a good job of basically fuzzy. We've seen fuzzying as well, fuzzying that forward 2. Not really giving Kyznecov the sort of the 50-50 quote unquote of, I believe it's the 1-1-3, the 1-1-4, or the forward 2. I think that's going to force Kyznecov to run cancel into forward 2, which is much harder to react to. But with the stamina changes, that option is going to cost basically your whole stamina bar. And if it doesn't work, you give up your turn.
I find the full range game between these characters quite interesting, though, because the force balls have consistently been some of the better projectiles in the game. And for a character like A-List to have those projectiles makes playing full screen against him quite dangerous. But it looks like Walnut, and wow, calls the bluff again with a meter burn dive kick.
That's 2%,
but gets a life lead. He's starting to chip one away now. Oh, wow.
Oh, there we go. Yep, counter poking with the armor. Opts to block the wake up. Safe on block, but using those minus frames to secure a grab. Looking really good. Oh, a little bit of an unfortunate lag issue. Oh, no, caught by the grab. That's really unfortunate.
There's a plus frames. Patience again from Walnut. He's trying to fuzzy it. Nice. Blocks all around. There's a throw, but NJP doesn't reach.
Regular kick. This is still anyone's game. Oh, the Red Johnny Ball catches it, and the first game goes to Kyznecov. Wow.
Oh, wow. I actually think that might be the first time I've ever seen a Red Johnny meterless force ball take a round point blank in a situation where it was
I don't think anyone was expecting that. No. I do not think anybody expected that. Point blank, regular as well, not meter burned. Did he even have meter to meter burn it? I don't think he did. He spent it on the shadow kick, didn't he?
I don't think so. I mean, like you said before, it was a bit of a gamble. If he blocked the force ball, it was death. But again, that's the second time Kyznecov, forced him to make a decision, a hasty decision.
Now, normally...
I quite like the pace these guys are playing, though. They're very slow about it. I mean, yeah, it's not the cleanest gameplay in the world, but it's definitely smart. You can tell the thought process.
I think, interestingly, normally you'd see Shaolin try and almost counter-zone a character with a decent projectile. The low profiling, low chakram, really dangerous tool at dealing with certain projectiles. But A-List, I mean, this is Johnny Cage. Those projectiles arc. If he tries to go for a low chakra from full screen, that was a crazy jump in. That's not the first time we've seen Kyznecov get good mileage off it either. Oh, trying to press a button. Doesn't bite, though. Good pressure. Walnut pressing the advantage. Nice mix-up right there. Something Shaolin does so well. The forward 3 into low, or just letting the forward 3 rip. So much aggression right now. This round is all Walnut and just corner dominance.
That is the first time we've seen Walnut do that, though. Is go just for the straight-up meter burn chakram to extend the damage. And that was a really convincing round. So Walnut's kind of just figured something out. I think he's just being a little bit less greedy with his meter. He's not holding onto it. He's just willing to burn it to get that payout. Oh, wow, that downfall makes the jump in whiff. Nice knowledge from Kyznecov. Instant jump 1, usually such a powerful tool with Kung Jin because to how low to the ground it hits, but low profiling moves like the down 4 will make it.
I don't even know what that exchange was, but we'll roll with it anyway. Kyznecov gets a tag. He's going to go for the nut punch. How much pressure he's going to apply? He gets 1 rep. A good fuzzy. Walnut so consistently fuzzy guarding that forward 2.
Yeah, Walnut's blocks have been absolutely incredible so far. Has 3 bars of meat. Has to watch out. That whiff punish on the down 2 was gorgeous. Oh, no! That is a huge drop for Walnut, though. Gives Kyznecov a chance back into the game. Spending the bar to keep himself safe with the force balls. And that's the trade he needs. Spends his arse bar again on the shadow kick. And there's the anti-air, air-to-air with the meter burn dive kick. This is looking good for Walnut right now. And there's the 50-50. Good block from Kyznecov. Spends a bar, doesn't come back. And now that's going to be the round.
A very crucial change to Shaolin. If you block the meter burn low chakram, it no longer returns. And I like that awareness from Kyznecov. He's aware of the change. You know, he immediately presses buttons there and doesn't wait because you don't have to anymore. One of the major changes to Shaolin in the recent patch.
Oh, that trade looks so bad for Shaolin though.
I'm surprised we're not
to chakram. It just gives him a really. It seems like he gets more of his force balls on hit than Shaolin's going to get off the chakram.
I was saying, I'm surprised we're not seeing Walnut go for the jump in, and when he sees the down 4, that's when he cancels on whiff into that meter burn dive kick, because that would catch the down 4. He's just not going for it.
You can tell Walnut was not ready for that jump in punch to connect from that range. That is unfortunate. Another good jump in. This time Walnut keeps himself safe. Good blocks again, but now he's starting to go for the throws. This is where it gets dangerous. If you're going to show your opponent, and it's A-list, how good your blocks are, he's just going to throw the hell out of you.
Ooh!
There's a jump in! Not death.
Is he going to go for the shadow kick? Wow. Oh, the backdash! Oh, wow. Now, that could have gone so badly if he ate that shadow kick, but he didn't go for it.
I don't understand why he backdashed, though.
I don't know.
I mean, could it have just been like a hasty decision? Like, there was no reason to backdash in that situation.
Yeah, I mean... couldn't even tell you, to be honest. I thought the low chakram, I think, was a good call, because if he didn't have the health to take it, didn't have the health to take that, and if he went for shadow kick, I think the chakra would have actually low profiled that toss anyway. So I think it would have been quite decent. So we've got a character change
with zero hesitation, straight to assassin katana. Why do you think this is?
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Glue, what do you reckon?
To be honest, I thought he was playing the match fine. I thought his blocks were on point. I thought both players' blocks were completely on point, and I don't see why he made this switch. I felt like he was comfortable in the match, so I don't know what his thinking is here at all.
I guess we'll find out. Maybe it's a comfort thing. Maybe he feels equally as confident in katana. Maybe he thinks the matchup could be better. We'll find out. Oh, but there's the NJP. Walnut gets tagged by it straight away.
It's risky stuff trying to anti-air katana. It really is. As long as that float exists. Trying to anti-air her with a normal it's going to be a risk. You know, it's a big gamble.
But at the same time, Kung Jin has quite an easy time dealing with the float pressure just because the range his down 2 has. Like, he has a lot of good options for it that a lot of other characters kind of would want to have. But Kyznecov straight away, no hesitation, going straight in.
Oh my god, active frames! How about that? Gets the knockdown. Oh, and he gets hit by that overhead. This could not... It's not quite going to be the round, but he's going to get some guaranteed pressure on this. And again, Kyznecov, I respect the fact that he tried to, not block there. You're going to give Walnut some meter. You're probably going to die anyway. Just try and fight it. If he messes up his meaty, then you might have got out. But other than that, and he checks it. Doesn't get the dive kick. That's unfortunate, but has him in the corner anyway. And Walnut still looking like he's in control. But a clean jump in from Kyznecov. He is getting so much mileage out of these jumps right now.
I must admit, I always find it very confusing when matches will go down as close as these first 2 games have been, and then we see a character change. But he looks really comfortable straight away.
That whiff.
Oh, that up one almost tagged him completely, but nice spacing from Kyznecov to keep himself safe. Oh, Walnut stands up into it.
No, wake up, kids. Press the button, Kyznecov. He's going to have to break this. There's another fan right there, Walnut. being very patient. He only needs one more tag, and the up one's going to tag it. And that's almost exactly what you said, Mustard. That normal is a nice little answer for katanas that want to be airborne.
Oh, I mentioned the down 2. That's the up 1. That's even better, it seems.
So,
damn, crazy. Do you reckon we'll see him go back to cage? Because, again, whilst they were 2 relatively close rounds, that was a lot more dominant than we saw the other 2 games.
I think we might see cage. I think we might see him go back to cage. The katana pick didn't seem to look as relevant. No, he's going to do it.
He's going.
Royal Storm. No, Assassin. You know, I'd almost expect Royal Storm instead of Assassin, because you can reflect those chakras. You will force, with that reflect, you're going to force Kung Jin to come towards you. You know, and if you can reflect his projectile, that will mean that you have that full screen game. You can catch those dive kicks. You can catch those jumps. You don't even give him a chance. I mean, Katana will the jump back fan will always stop the jump in with normal into dive kick. You know, that option is no longer a thing in the matchup. But as long as it's Assassin, you're going to accept that you're going to make these trades. So we're going to have to see if it works out.
It's the sharpen for the first time. That's nice. Oh wow,
big damage.
Jump in. Oh no, doesn't get more off it. He could definitely have taken a lot of damage in that situation, but Walnut manages to find a lifeline and is fighting back.
A nice amount of pushback. Not ready for the air-to-air. That could have been a nice little dive kick into respectable damage. Probably about 20% or so, but Kyznecov challenging it with the wake-up. Still in this. Walnut, though, with 2 bars of meter, that is all you need to win a round for sure.
Oh, and there's the stagger.
Nice jump back. Good awareness there from Kyznecov. He's going to put a round back on the board. Good stuff.
This is a very respectable set so far. Both players, like, they're not disrespecting each other. They're not doing stuff you would really not expect to see, like we can see sometimes in a game with as much dirt as this. But still, you know, I'm really happy to see it. It's very clean play. And nice whiff punish there. Clean. Corner pressure on the go.
I want to give shout-outs to the defense and the patience of Walnut. This guy's... There's a horrible pun to be made. This guy is not being cracked open. He's making it very difficult.
Stop this immediately. Never say that again.
The end.
He's going to lose now, and it'll be all your fault.
Oh, he's getting cracked open.
Doesn't. Fuzzy. No, doesn't.
Merry Christmas to all. Oh, full combo.
Right as you give props to his defense, he gets tagged by an easy Fuzzy. Disappointing.
Fans putting Walnut on the boil.
Oh, Ryan.
Oh, the running X-ray!
Oh my word. Okay, Walnut has no fear.
It was the power of the pun, my friend. He heard it from all the way over there. That's where we go. We're going to have another round on the piece. This is going to be match point for Walnut. Looking really... I should have made these jokes earlier. They were
boil
there for
also,
the
why do you don't boil walnuts, you roast them.
It's also chestnuts, isn't it? Have we got the wrong nut?
Oh, I don't know. I don't eat them. I don't like them.
I don't like nuts either. What are we even talking about? What are we doing?
Things that we shouldn't be talking about. That was a nice 1-on-1 into fan. Awesome confirm. I do like that though. I mean, there's one thing Assassin always going to bring to the table is just big damage. 29% meterless isn't the most in the world, but it's a nice situation to be in, especially when you can get your sharpen on board, which we're not seeing Kyznecov go to too often, to be fair.
Oh no, clean jumping. I think Kyznecov tried to anti-cross up, but it just didn't work. He's going to spend his last bar of meter right there, 35%, catching the backdash, and there we go, another running up 1. That is just on the money every single time.
Wow,
but
that air fan could be everything. I don't think it's going to be death, but it's going to be very close. About 6% left to go. Oh, barrel, not
Donkey
quite
Kong.
enough, and that trade.
Now, 2-2. We're going to have our first, I believe... Well, yeah, it's going to be our first Game 5 of the night. But both players looking really good. Now, I think I respect the Katana pick a lot more this time around. I think it's working out now. I wasn't sure. Honestly, I really wasn't sure at first. I thought, was this Katana pick a mistake? Has he given up a free game? Is he going to go straight back to cage? And, you know, is that going to be the situation he finds himself in? But to be honest... Not really. I think he just did a really good job there. And again, it's just staying composed. And those air fans, they've worked a couple of times right here. But to be honest, oh wow, is Walnut going to change character? I mean,
maybe.
It's almost kind of like...
I would hope not.
It's like a repeat of what we said just now, where the way Kyznecov changed to Katana from cage, where the matchup was fine. There really wasn't a need to change. However, the change has worked. So... Would we have seen Walnut do the same? We'll never know. He's gone back to Shaolin. And to be honest, I think this full screen game is just oh so prominent, you know. But
I feel like Walnut's a little bit too eager to trade or get the low chakram, because let's not forget that is the weakness to Katana is neutral crouching. if you don't leave the ground, like she's not going to 50-50 you in a like point blank unless she gets like a back to raw. And unfortunately, some massive connection problems right now. This is very unfortunate. Hopefully, these players can. Are they going to actually? I think we might have a desync on our hands here.
Yeah, if these players desync, then we'll just simply get things made again. Sorry about this, guys. I think there's some mad distance between us and these guys, so I think connection issues are almost inevitable. Not really sure what's going on. Lobby probably killing itself right now. I'm assuming we're going to get kicked out, and we'll have to remake the King of the Hill. So we're going to get ready. I'm kind of willing to call this match anyway. Don't really want this tournament. Yeah, there we go.
But no, to be fair, like to be completely neutral in this situation, if a match randomly starts lagging that severely, I'm inclined to think that something started downloading, something started uploading, or just something happened to a player's connection.
Let me get back into the lobby. We'll be fine.
Yeah, we're trying to invite back in, but you know, we all use internet every day. We all have our own home internet. We understand how these things work, and to sort of just play devil's advocate, if it's consistently laggy from start to finish, it's a connection issue between the players. If it's completely fine, but then randomly starts spiking out of nowhere, something has probably happened to a connection, like a download or an upload or something like that. That's really kind of like choking it. So hopefully you can get that sorted. We'll try and get him back in. And if we have persistent issues, I assume it'll go down to an admin decision. I assume it will result in a disqualification, but we'll see if we can get it back in first. We'll obviously leave that as the last resort because no one wants to just be with connection issues. That is the unfortunate. Sometimes that happens, but it will be the last resort. So we'll do what we can first. You can just join up, no questions, no problems.
Let's just hope. Let's hope. Let me give it the old switcheroo.
Like I was saying first, I kind of feel like he's a little bit too eager to trade with a low chakram, because one of the weaknesses to Katana is she hasn't got a very strong mix point blank, and if you never leave the ground and neutral crouch from full screen, she doesn't really do a lot of damage or even have the opportunity to.
But I'm guessing because they're already locked into characters, they can't change here. They've locked into a matchup, so you know you're not allowed to switch anything. We're gonna have a full-on rematch. Stages, all good, I think. Let's go. This is gonna be the final game for both players, and yeah, it was really dominant for Walnut in that first time he fought Kyznekov's Katana. But I think you know that final game we saw just now was a lot better. So honestly, we can't call this. I have no idea who's going to take this, and I'm going to enjoy this final game.
Just been close games. A nice read in the jump in, though, from Kyznecov, realizing that Walnut has jumped in with an instant one so many times. But Walnut, no fear right now. Straight up aggression.
Yeah, he's not messing about. This guy's gone straight in. Trying to anti-air. The one's going to whiff. Not the end of the world here. Still sitting on a massive amount of life. Tries to jump in and just gets the clean jump into a full combo.
Considering that was a straight up hit jump in punch, that could have been so much more damage than we saw there.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, interesting.
And there's no break as well. Actually, Walnut opting not to break. Now, he's going to get tagged here. I mean, is he even going to get a chance to break now? If Kyznecov tags him, again, it's going to be just little hits into little hits and two overheads back to back, putting him onto match point. To be honest, I would have liked to have seen a break there. I think he was a bit greedy with his bar.
Yeah, for sure, especially when he's got so much to work with now. I mean, there's no use dying with 3 meters. Gets it. There we go. Extends it with the Shaolin. Nice. Restand. Goes for the mix-up. And just like that, 50% plus gone already. Walnut is going straight in there. Corner pressure. There's the stagger into a throw. Kyznecov has not been taking any grabs at all this set. And he's finally managed to recognize it. And this is just straight up domination. Round 2 goes straight to Walnut. Ouch.
Match point for both players. But again, we actually saw no breaks either from Kyznecov. However, they were very small little hits here and there. So,
I mean, if
Assassin even anything to break.
If Assassin corners you and spends a bar, she's doing 50% every touch. So you have to be so careful when you're playing near that side of the screen. Against her, a clean jump in, drops it. That is huge.
Oh no!
But Walnut drops it as well. Wow.
No, dive kick air to air. He is going to catch the conversion there. And the jump in almost connecting. He's not going to hit confirm into the chakra though, so he's going to limit his damage output. That dash is going to get him out the corner, so that's not the end of the world, but the clean NJP.
Like you said before, have to be so careful anti-air and Katana. If you're going to use a standing normal that isn't the up one with Shaolin, you have to be so careful because that's going to be huge damage. 35% into Sharpen.
The Sharpen's up, so I mean, if he gets tagged by a single air ban, that's going to do big damage as well. One more hit's going to do it. The 23% charge. Is he going to tag it? He's not going to quite get the chip. He's going to hit confirm. This could absolutely be the comeback that he needs. One more hit. The meter burn. He gets hit by the low. No, he blocks it. Really smart stuff. And the grab's going to go. And Kyznecov moves into grand finals 3-2. That could have gone either way. Right after that meter burn grab, that, I mean, That was it, right? You know, if he got the mix-up right there, it was because he either fuzzied the overhead and blocked the low, or he just committed into the low. Either way, that's it. He's got into grand finals, and that was an all-or-nothing play for sure.
I kind of feel like it was a very fitting end to the set as well, though. It came down to good fuzzy guarding and throwing on negative frames when you know a punish isn't guaranteed, but they're probably blocking. I think just overall that was really, really smart stuff. Props to Kyznecov for moving on to grand finals. Thank you, Walnut, for taking part. Congratulations on making top 4. Unfortunately, he will be eliminated at this point, but that does bring us into what can be quite an interesting grand finals. Do you reckon we're going to see Killer versus Katana or A-List?
Leatherface, A-List or Katana versus Leatherface. I mean, again, are they matchups we see often? I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw that.
I don't think I've seen Leatherface versus Katana in tournament before. If he goes for Johnny Cage, though, I have one request, and if you're both watching, please heed it. Don't skip the intro dialogues.
Oh, Johnny Cage does have some of the best.
If we've got Johnny Cage versus Leatherface, don't skip the intro dialogues. I want to see this. They're too good. Cool. So that is the end of our second semi-final. Glue, have you got any input?
Yeah, I mean, apart from the fact I thought the match was really enjoyable, I just thought it was very, very strange. I thought whenever after Walnut won his game and it went to 1-1, that the change was made to Katana. I thought that was very strange because I thought they were both playing the match really well, and I was really, really surprised with how well they were both blocking, especially Walnut, how well he was blocking all that cage pressure, and just as well how all the Kung Jin stuff was being blocked. So the change I thought was really strange. I didn't get that, and I honestly thought it wouldn't work. And for the record, I thought Walnut was the better player, and I don't know how he lost. I'm looking back at that set and I'm wondering, how did he lose that? I thought he was the better player, But still, it was very good fight. I think Walnut nearly hung himself a few times with those post breaker low chakras, so he nearly got jumped on a lot of times, but that was probably the only thing I noticed he did wrong in the entire set. So it was unlucky to him, but it was a very enjoyable fight.